and they don't want to hear it. And they cause more harm to our society than anything. You're gonna learn. I've tried though. That's why I'm putting this out. Because when it kicks off, you can never say, I didn't try. Be that as it may. I thought his presentation was good. What would I give him if I was to mark him on his presentation? I would say stay focused. Less of the histrionics about who was discrediting you. Focus on the people that you want to, that support you. But more importantly, make it for people that you don't know. Teach. Peer. Leave your ego aside. I'm not online. I'm not being paid. So I can let the F-bombs go if I want to. Because it doesn't matter to me. I got videos out there with one person, no people, 3 people. Doesn't really matter. There will be people that will listen to me at some later stage, if not my family. And they will know the fullness of me. I am a human being. But I would give him 7 out of 10. And 7 out of 10 because I think he made his point and he didn't confuse me. That's good. He had these flights of fancy when the ego came in about what other people said about him, and he was angry about it. And was not just angry about it, you could be angry about something and give a presentation, got nothing that you wouldn't even know. That, oh, you know, they lost their dad earlier, or somebody called him a nigger earlier, right? But he was angry because at the time he was supposed to do something, bullshit was going on, right? And so when this stupid ass Saanetter said, oh, just forget about it, then he had to present it with the hot blood in him. So obviously, as he got generally into his flow, I'll still give him a good 7, you know what I mean? Because I think it was a very good presentation when he finished. And he called time on it when he needed to call time on it and said, I got more. And he does. And that has torn up a lot of... Garfield said he would do a presentation. Garfield, if you don't say what he did was okay and you say, well, you got criticism, you're going to get done. Right? And anybody else is going to get done. So, idiot Saanetter has the phone line on. Now remember, if you're the phone host, you have guidelines. You will tell people what to talk about, what to call it, stay on topic. So some guy, like earlier, what got his temper up, Saanetter let some guy come in and bring up a different issue, have a go. I mean, like, you're an idiot. And then you're telling Polight, oh, forget it. After you allowed it to happen in the first place. I mean, I was saying at the time, if you put his face on a punch bag, I'll be punching it up, I'll get fit overnight. You're an idiot. But what did he do? He doesn't learn his lesson. Saanetter, afterwards, Unc calls back in. This is the same fella that they've got an actual picture of him smoking a crack pipe. Back in his, whatever day it was, I don't know. He looked like a CM fella today, you know. All sorts want to be on this conscious, earn a money trip. You know what I mean? This current, house of consciousness is riddled with this fuck shit. You know what I mean? So I just think, nah. Walking like duck, smelling like duck, this duck soup, duck fucking, you know what I mean? You fucking can't tell. It's me. You ain't cleaned up your damn act yet. I'm not going to go in. That's my impression. You don't have to like it. I don't care. I'm not getting paid. It's what an innocent man can look and see for yourself if you've done your research over time. So Ant calls in and this is the presentation's done. Ant calls in. And he asks Saanetter, well, I'm not going to preface it, do you know how a mobile phone works? Now, Polight didn't answer him. For whatever reason, these African Americans, they're too egotistical. So if they want to ask about a mobile phone, do you know how it works? That's the way you ask your question. You don't preface it with bullshit, and you don't come with an attitude. Right? So, for instance, Unc was one of those people that should have apologized before he started. He sent him a text saying, yeah, I love you still, but that's, and Polight said, I'll take that as an apology. Well, easy for you. I would say, yeah, I love you too, now can I have my apology? I would just say, can I have my apology? He didn't, so he just, for whatever. You see, if you've got dirty hands too, you're not going to hold a man, because it can, in African American parlance, they cannot work together. That's what they all kind of do, because they all got dirt on each other. So if you push it, I'll tell all about you, and if you push it, I'll tell all about you, and the whole project of conning the people has gone down, and people switch off. So he took that as an... Anyway, he's asking him, speaking about... The point he's trying to make, and it was further emphasised by Dr. Mayat. Dr. Mayat is a female, an African-American female, who gets a respect around the place. I don't know who she's fucked, but she's, from what I understand, an actual PhD. But hangs around those guys, right? And she came in and, they chopped it up a little earlier in his presentation. It was all love. But Unc comes on at the end of the show, and he's asking him about, in his way, and I think Polight did this, which pretty much was an admission that I don't need to know how it works. Do you know how a mobile phone works? Polight says, by virtue of your question, are you saying my presentation and the facts that I brought out bear no resemblance to the fact that you can be affected and are affected by your mobile phone? It's irrelevant, because I may not know how I need to know how a mobile phone works, how to make a phone call. And yada, yada, yada. We're not going anywhere. Dr. Mayat, who had agreed with, what's the name, chopped it up. We'll have a conversation later. She's got the ants in her pants. Somebody's dicking her right now. I said, go on, say something, bitch, say something. And she called in. And she's saying, oh, what Unc is trying to say. At that point, I knew somebody was dicking her out and said, fucking him. Oh, yeah, I see. And so she opened her mouth. I'm like, bitch, you got respect. You got this fucking past crackhead, and you want to explain what he meant. Is he the guy who was pounding out your pussy? Whoa! Why would you take his argument and try to... So she's asking Polight, and Polight is saying, well, hang on a minute, I asked the question. It got, to me, stupid and nasty, just African Americans. And women in places they shouldn't be. Shut your fucking mouth up. Shut up! You have just proven Tommy Sotomayor right, and me right. It don't matter how much we put a fucking lipstick on you, you're still a fucking pig. It don't matter how much books we tell you to eat, you're still going to come out and be stupid and ratchet and make some fucking crackhead bang you out to put you in a compromising position, but you can't see it. When they say, I fucked her brains out, or he fucked her brains out, I never understood it as a kid. I never understood what either motherfucker meant. To African Americans, it's just a swear word. There's meaning behind it. I'll break everything down to you one of these days, but there's meaning behind it. It's a reality. A motherfucker is a man that single mothers were on their own for one reason or another. World War I, they lost their husband. World War II, they lost their husband through war. whatever it was, but she was still attractive, and some guys had no good intent but to fuck the woman and use her. And they would say, that guy's a nasty cunt, he's just a fucking user. He's disgraceful, he's a motherfucker. Everybody's a motherfucker in the United States. The point is, she was stupid. I had no respect for her no more. You defended a fucking idiot and put your own career willingly over an issue by somebody who's been called a scam artist. I've got no respect for her at all. I think she actually had a conversation with Thomas Sotomayor, which I thought was okay. I can't respect a woman like that. Because he's a grown boy. Actually, Unc's got grey beard on his face. Let him defend himself. If he can't formulate his question, and there are many men that have, they like what we call half-baked, half-cooked. They want to be scholars, but they ain't done. They can't write. Somebody rang in. What's the name? Said, "Why don't you put it into writing?" Because as intelligent as Polight is, I listen to these guys, and I know they can't write because they express the fact that they find the English language very difficult. They just can't do it. And it's kind of funny, but they do come up with nuggets of gold, and I'll just take it. You know what I mean? Because I can write better than I speak. Be that as it may, who cares? I don't care. But she disgraced herself defending a fucking idiot, right? Getting into it, and Polight's playing games now because he's actually spent 15 minutes over his time. He's got some hot totty that he's got an appointment with, and they're going to do a live show, and he's posing and chatting and all that. I don't care. He doesn't have to tell you how a mobile phone works. I don't have to be a soldier to know that soldiering means killing in war. Do you know what I mean? I don't have to be a chef to know that preparation of food and chopping up and dicing and scaling and boiling to do with cooking. It was really a cry to say, well, boy, there's a gang of people that thought they can get him out on his presentation. He's done a good presentation, so let's find another way to kind of like call him out. Because he scammed people, whatever. They don't understand. Polight's done very well. In fact, in an earlier Polight video, Polight was doing a Tommy Sotomayor, indirectly showing around the mansion that he was in. He was doing a video and it was showing around the mansion that he now lives in a nice place, right? So wherever the scamming's got him, he's made a bit of money out of it. And that's it. Personally, I think they all go to school. And they all, if you don't hear from them, they've been told where to go. It's a bit like Nick Ferrari. And these guys like, Boris Johnson, they say, oh yes, well, he's in the hospital. That's where the new class is going to be and how he's going to redirect the country. He's not sick. I thought he was sick and, are they going to kill him? The option is, if we don't go on board, you know what I mean, we can just coronavirus you. Or, this is a new script, learn it now, and then we'll put you out and you go back out on the road and, fighting fit, and he will give it a, he's fighting fit, and all of a sudden weird policies come down. And you're like, what the fuck that come from? Whatever. It's just a theory. But I'm going to tell you straight up, I record this video, Polight wins, Saanetter loses. And the reason why I'm going to say Saanetter loses, because he's a fucking idiot. Number one, before you let anybody in, you let anybody come in and run up their mouth. You know what the agenda is, and then you get the man upset who's going to be doing the show, but you let somebody come in and take it away, and there's an argument going on with the caller and the guy who's supposed to be doing it. And now you want the other guy not to go in on the guy who called in. And you're acting like this guy is unreasonable when it was you, the host, that should keep it on point and should have cut him off from a long time. And then you bring the Mark chick defending such and such. You should have cut her off right there. Said, no, 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 no. You and him been sexing. He been mashing out your pum-pum. Why? Let him talk for himself. Or shut the fuck up. If he can't express himself and explain himself, that's his problem. You can, yours. So, at the end of the day, it was, for me, an important topic. I'm so sad that the conversation I had to do with critical race theory had to take a back seat. But it did take a back seat. But I will do it, but we got big subjects to deal with. So in short, I apologise for saying I was going to do one on critical race theory, and it turns out to be Polight wins, Saanetter loses. If you're going to have a radio station and you own it, source the people that you want. Don't think because I built it, I must be the head man and you're dumb as fuck. If you've never got an O level, if you don't know what a fucking, if you don't know what the fuck, if you've got nothing, no diploma, no nothing. There are people who got degrees and they're like, look, my sister used to, my sister doesn't have a degree, you know. My big sister doesn't have a degree. But she used to tell us from years ago, right, how she has to serve, she got these degrees, applications. And she was, like, shocked, like how stupid they are, looking for a job. So when I went to uni, and I was with my people and that, I copied some of their essays on certain subjects. You'd be so fucking surprised. The quality. You're like, for fuck's sake, really? I mean, I can't remember when I was in school, sixth form maybe. Boy, I'm like, this is not. Well, maybe it's degree level, but it's failure level. You know what I mean? And maybe I'm being harsh here. But I couldn't see how you got through the gates in the first place. And some of these were foreign people, and I was like, if you get past, it's because you don't question the ideology, but your English is shit. And I listened to a lecturer saying, oh, don't worry about your punctuation and all that stuff. And I realised left wings don't care. They really don't care. They are they're so into dumbing down. But then I wrote to the right-wingers. They had two heads of universities, ministers. And one day I'll show you the letters they wrote back. I'll show you the letter I wrote, and the letter they wrote back. Both of them conservative. They didn't care about the young vote. They're short-sighted and stupid. It's very sad. And so when I get depressed, it's not because I'm just having a pity party in the swamps of sadness over myself. It's for the yet to be conceived. I don't know how hard Jesus must have cried, because he probably didn't care. I said, Jesus, Messiah, Yeshua. He probably didn't care about himself. He was going to die. He can take it. He's going to die. Fair enough. I'll be at home with my father. But it's the yet to be conceived that need that opportunity. And we're breeding these kids. We're not giving them an opportunity. I've got a slim chance. And I put it through. And a lot of people may say, oh yeah, here a guy goes making excuses and stuff. I don't think you understand. In fact, I had it in my head I was going to do a video. Actually, I'd forgotten the book. Okay, when I do critical race theory, maybe that's pretty much it. When I do critical race theory, I'm going to show you things that will blow your mind. There are things that we have said and complained about, and they say, oh, chip and shoulder, chip and shoulder, chip and shoulder. For years, decades, chip and shoulder dismissed it. Now, white people are actually putting our complaints, rationalizing it, seeing our point of view. But guess what? They are now allowed to put it into print. They are on the speaking engagement tour. They're making money, printing books about what we said and was dismissed. So when I say it, but when a white woman says it, and because some of these young guys weren't around, young black guys and young black girls weren't around when I said it, they think the brilliance comes from a white woman, without realising this white woman isn't necessarily citing my material. It's just her analysis. So watch out for the critical race theory. I'm going to call it a series. I'm going to build it and I'm going to make it. It's not going to be like an impromptu conversation. I'm going to have to layer it. And I'm going to layer it beginning with the Emancipation Proclamations. Let's start there. I may have to go into... yeah, I'll do that. I can give you what slavery was, because a lot of you guys, even though you're from sharecroppers and you're from the migration from the south to the north, you don't know much about it. You have to study it. So I'm sorry, I'm your brother from another mother from the Caribbean. I am an Englishman. I am a Caribbean descendant of slaves, Cedos, and I support my brothers and sisters who are American descendants of slaves, ADOS. And I will help Byron Allen win his case. And with that, I'm over.